Hi guys, and welcome to my channel once again. So today we're gonna be talking about the climate change, which some people say that it's true, some people are saying that it's not true. For me, I've noticed what's going on. Like, I've noticed how my skin reacts to the sun. Like, the sun in here in Europe is like way stronger than it was before, and it's not even about being like hotter or something, it just gives you the burning feeling. But like, the climate change. So, dear brothers and sisters, New Agers, starseeds, light workers, everyone else, even like Dracos, I guess that includes them as well. Basically, what is a climate change? Okay, I get they're telling us that because of the climate change, the icebergs are melting. Okay, but you know, the sun is getting stronger as well. And what is happening now? They're spraying the chemtrials, trying to stop the climate change apparently. Chemtrails are doing nothing except everything is so freaking dry that it actually hurts your nose. And you can notice, like I notice, like I never experienced anything like that, but like this year I've been walking around like after like they were spraying the chemtrails and my nose was hurting because of them. And I've noticed a lot of like dying trees and dying nature in general. Like everything was like it was dying basically. The leaves on the ground, the trees were like getting dry and like looking dead, and it was weird. Like, I don't know, it's just like you're walking and you see the tree that you were passing by like your entire life, and it's just like gray with like no leaves, even though it's like summer, and just see that it's dying. It's just dying. Like, I can make some videos, like walk around, like go around, like take some pictures and videos of those plants and trees and stuff. I haven't seen the chemtrails recently, but what's happening when the chemtrails are going down? Like, just imagine it. The chemtrails are being spread. Everyone is like getting ill. Everyone is getting like flu. The sinus, is it called sinus or something? I don't know. Like, you know, when people have this like when people are like sneezing and stuff, like blaming it on like all the pollen, whatever it is. Well, basically, I got a dry nose, and I remember I had a headache, and like all the inside of my nose was hurting, and I looked up to the sky, and I've seen all those lines on the sky. I was like, what the fuck? So, what's happening when they are spraying the chemtrails? Well, they are spraying the chemtrails, and we've got trees, and the trees have leaves, and very often it's going like you're gonna be walking by a tree, and you're gonna look up, and you're gonna see that the very top of the tree like is all dried out and gray, and like lost all its leaves and stuff, like as if it was dying. I guess it must be like burning the trees, and the trees are like basically our like safety net because like they have leaves, so all this like shitty yellow, red, and whatever else colors it is stuff that's like staying on your car and stuff, or like the tables outside the bars and all this shit, like it's all going on those leaves. The same shit that's making your nose hurt, the same shit that's making you like sneeze and like, you know, your head hurt, and like, I don't know, does anyone have like short breath or something? Well, basically, I guess that shit is burning trees that are trying, I mean, that are kind of like, you know, catching it, kind of like saving us from like getting it, I don't know, getting that shit to us, whatever. Like, now I'm just thinking, like, I hope that people are not gonna like start losing their hair because of that shit in the air. Um So yeah, so the topic was about the climate change and the icebergs. You know, they're like making up this like propaganda about the icebergs melting. But let's just stay here for a moment and think about it. The sun is getting warmer. The icebergs are melting. What's happening when you get the amazing light and a lot of water? What's happening in nature? The nature grows. And the only problem that our world has with the climate change is the fucking concrete on the road. You know why? Because, okay, icebergs are melting, but they are not like all melting at once. The sun is getting stronger. And people from New Age, like, I'm making this video because there was a guy that was trying to talk on my post, and he was like, oh, the earth is going back to its like previous form, like when it was a beautiful garden full of magic and stuff. But he said that the giant trees are not gonna be back. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck are you saying? Whoa, wait. The giant trees. Have you ever heard about like the 6 Mile trees? Like, you know, the leftovers of it and stuff? And like, you know, all the massive nature, the dinosaurs, the massive fishes, taller people, everything, right? Okay, like even the kids that are like now 16 are way taller than we were. Maybe not in England, but in Europe they are. They look kind of weird, kind of different, but they are way taller than we were. The sun got stronger. The sun actually feels like it's burning me. Yeah, it does. I never like had problems with that before, but now my skin is just like, I don't know, it feels like someone like took the sandpaper and like shoved it against my skin or whatever, like however, you know, like rubbed it against my skin. Okay, so the sun is getting warm, the icebergs are melting, the water comes into the land, the sun is going on the land, there gets the photosynthesis process starts. Oh yeah, nature grows. The earth is like, you know, steaming. It causes the storms and the rain. The water is going back to the land. Yeah, the nature grows again. And it would all be good if we actually stopped putting so much concrete everywhere. For fuck's sake, they should do like above ground roads or something like that. Like seriously. Like it would save the land. Just think about the earth, right? If the earth is a planet made of stone, inside her burns fucking fire and lava and all this like stuff, like can you imagine what kind of temperature is inside of there? Imagine person, right? I mean, I don't know if I should be saying person, but imagine anything that's fucking hot and you're putting something like over it, something that doesn't let it breathe, because the concrete doesn't let our earth breathe, right? So the earth is not breathing. So probably there will be like volcano eruption and cracks and all this shit. You know why? Because it's getting too fucking hot down there. I just made myself laugh. But it's true, like, it needs to breathe. It needs to have the ground that absorbs the water. Then the sun comes in, the nature grows, the rest of the water is like going into the air, turning into like oxygen and stuff. We breathe it. We give the CO2 to the nature grows again. That's the freaking, you know, like that's the circle of life, right? I wasn't like in England for so long that I'm actually like getting slow with like talking and everything. But that's what it's about. So in my opinion, the icebergs are melting because of the sun, or nothing else than the water that our nature needs. And it would be all good if we stopped destroying Earth and understood that the Earth needs the ground that breathes, the grass, all the bugs that are eating all the trash and all the corpses and stuff. Okay? And the ground that breathes, that steams, that gives us the oxygen by steaming the water, which is like made of oxygen and whatever it is in English. You get me? Yeah. So, dear New Agers, if you're a New Ager that's talking shit saying that the Earth is going back to its like previous form, but it's not gonna be like filled with like giant nature and stuff like that, think fucking again. This is the climate change. In my opinion, this is the climate change. This is the wave that comes in. It's the heat wave. Yeah, it's the heat wave. But our nature needs the water the icebergs are keeping. In my opinion, like you can like slag me off or whatever. Like, no, mate. Seriously, can you imagine it? Like, if we didn't have concrete, if we didn't have roads, like, imagine it. Like, all the trees would be like, it all would grow. It would suck the water out. And then the water would go into the air and like, I don't know, maybe make like atmosphere bigger or whatever by pushing everything up and giving us even more oxygen. And all the CO2 could go into this massive nature and they would eat it and they would grow again. Because of the sun that's getting a lot hotter. So that's my opinion, and I hope that everyone understands it. Yeah. I would love to keep here, like, I might sit here, keep talking and stuff, like, actually. I don't know, you could, like, tell me again what you think, or not. I don't know, I don't really feel like making a bit debate on it. That's just the truth about our nature. Thank you.